What up, Dokkanners? Believe it or not, we got more content coming to the 11th anniversary in part 2. The second half of part 2 will be kicking off in just a couple of days. So I wanted to go over some various things that we have been talking about on the Twitter side. Also, there are some things that we have come to expect that should be dropping, and there's also something that they set up that they never paid off. So let's just go over everything. We'll start with Proton's tweet here, talking about the latest ID ratios from the data tables. Basically, TLDR, Proton Smart. We look at numbers. Number gaps means things are missing. So what are those things that are missing? 2 LR EZAs, 1 TUR EZA, and a potential additional Dokkan Awakening or Super EZA. So let's start with the 2 LR EZAs. This should be fairly obvious to everyone, considering what we've had so far in the 11th anniversary as far as EZAs are concerned. Since we got the 8th anniversary part 2 LRs early, we are obviously going to be getting the 8th anniversary part 1s in this second half. So that pretty much accounts for the LR EZAs. I don't think anyone is going to debate that. Spirit Bomb Z, Spirit Bomb GT should be upgrading in a matter of days, or at least the announcement should be dropping in a matter of days. Actually, you know what? If it's going to be dropping, spoiler alert, on the 19th, this like next content drop, if it's on the 19th, that means the 18th going into the 19th could be the data download, which would be tomorrow night, which means as early as tonight, we could be getting the reveals, like the EZA info for Spirit Bomb Z and Spirit Bomb GT. That would actually be awesome. Okay, so you know what? Let's see if that happens. Maybe I'll do another waiting room live stream. Actually, not maybe. I have to. I still have a lot of stuff to do. I got to finish up Blue Zone. I got to do all the Dokkan Metal stuff. We got to start working through Festival of Battles. Now that we have caught up on everything else, we got to start working on Festival of Battles. Realm of Gods versus Festival of Battles, Giant A Power versus Festival of Battles. We got to do some tier lists. There's still a lot of content. I got y'all covered. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Anyway, so we know that what these two are. What is the 1 TUR EZA going to be? Now, before you start venturing any guesses, you should keep in mind that on the recent... Oh, where'd it go? On the recent Dokkan Festival banner, you might have noticed that there was one very interesting add-on that didn't quite make sense on his own. And that is this boy right here. One of my most anticipated EZAs, the Int Goku Blue from Resurrection F, Goku Vegeta. I am so thrilled and so excited for this unit to get an EZA that if it happens now, it's going to be amazing. And I think it is, because this is a Realm of Gods Pure Saiyans lead. This unit bolsters the Realm of Gods category. As we saw on the banner, every TUR that is not a new character has received an upgrade so far. So it is just, it would be absolutely foolishness for them to not upgrade this unit. This unit has unfortunately aged quite poorly. I had a good time maybe for like a couple weeks with this unit, but then afterwards it started to show its weakness, which was taking damage. I think I had to go full dodge for this. I don't even remember how I used the unit. But no, personally, as like a character choice, I love the Vegeta from Resurrection F. This was such a hype moment for me. But yeah, I want this guy to be a really, really good EZA. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm putting all my eggs in that one basket. I got nothing else. I got no other speculation for this, because every character that receives an upgrade needs to be featured in some form or fashion on one of these banners, right? So with this guy already having been on a banner, it's a pretty easy prediction to make that this guy's going to upgrade. So I'm just going to leave it at that. As far as the Dokkan Awakening or Super EZA, I suppose we can start from the Super EZA side of things. If a Super EZA were to occur, none of the characters on this banner would be eligible for something like that. But considering Realm of Gods, and GT, I don't consider this as a GT. I consider this as an 8th anniversary. So that aside, I'm kind of leaning towards another GT character getting an upgrade. That way, each version, like Realm of Gods and GT both, got a TUR Dokkan Fest, right? Or sorry, a Dokkan Festival EZA, and each version, Realm of Gods and GT, also got a Super EZA. So since the Realm of Gods one is covered here, let's actually take a look at GT and figure out who could be eligible for a Super EZA. There aren't too many options. We got to go back to like the old school stuff. So nothing here. This guy's not Dokkan Festival, I don't believe. I'm pretty sure he's not. Going back here, this guy just got an EZA, so no. Oh man. Oh, wait. This guy. It's gonna be this guy. I'm pretty sure. Look, I know people are probably wanting it to be this, but just understand why that's not necessarily the best thing. The reason why is if we jump the gun and go all the way to Dokkan Festival level characters getting Super EZAs, yes, they should be good. But that also means that they're going to be aging faster. And that also opens the floodgates to all Dokkan Festival characters getting in what I would call a premature Super EZA, right? If it's a premature Super EZA, then that means that they will tend to age a little bit faster. Not that Super EZAs have been bad, but you know, that's what I'm kind of getting at. I would rather we work our way up organically to Dokkan Festival Super EZAs by first covering the characters that sorely need it. Monotypes, old school OG 90s, 120s, those types of characters. I don't need these guys to get their upgrades, because also when you think about it, are you really going to want to use these guys over their counterparts? Granted, this guy has no counterpart, but I mean, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, there are plenty of more capable Super Saiyan 4 Goku characters. Also, people have been clamoring for the Int LR, Tanabata Super Saiyan 4 Goku to get an EZA, so if he does, I mean, nobody's going to care about this guy. Also, would you rather use this guy over the Carnival Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? I don't think so. Would you rather use this guy over the Dokkan Festival leading insane AoE ability support Omega Shenron? I don't think so. So let's just not even entertain this idea, all right? I am telling you what not to think. Don't think about this. Don't do it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But seriously, I think this would be a good one. Who knows if they even do this? We haven't even started the mono era yet for Super EZAs, so who knows? But besides that, I don't think that there's anything we could maybe do this. And we could also, just because Proton sees this doesn't mean this is the be all end all. This is all a take it with a grain of salt type thing, right? There could be more ID gaps, and there's still a big question whether or not we're going to be getting Super EZAs. And if we are going to be getting Super EZAs, what if the year 4s and the year 3s get upgrades? If that happens, then absolutely these guys will be eligible. But that's the other big question. And this was the question that I had going into the anniversary. I don't know if we are ready for Super EZAs to drop for Dokkan Fest. I don't personally want it. I would rather these older characters just get their upgrades. So I don't know. But if there is going to be an LR Super EZA, I think this would be a good one, because Pan, first active skill, I think voice active skill in the game, and it's a free to play LR, so you know, more players can benefit from it. Pan is also kind of aged quite poorly. I don't want to say aged poorly, but the unit is aged, so let's bring it back, you know? Let's drop some water, give it a touch of life. I've been watching too many cooking videos. There's this cooking channel. No, there's a restaurant in Canada called Vivaldi. I watch all their shorts. I need to watch other stuff. All right, anyway. Yeah, all I've been talking about in my videos these days are like cooking channels. Vivaldi, Crispy Pizza. No free ads. Somebody sponsor me, man. I've never done a single ad on this channel. Can somebody sponsor me? All right, let's move on here. So that covers this. So take it with a grain of salt. Give me your ideas in the comments down below. What TUR EZA would you want? What Super EZA would you want? Another Awakening. I don't see any character receiving a Dokkan Awakening, so I'm just going to get that out of my head. Let's move on. When is everything going to be dropping? The 19th at 9 p.m. So we have Burst Mode for the new Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Dokkan event. We also have Clash set to arrive at 9 p.m. So besides those two things, are there any other events that could be dropping at the same time? Yes. You guys remember this? Over almost a month ago, they were giving us these questions on Twitter, asking us, which event do you want? How do you want it? Short battle? Long battle? Yeah, we have to get this. We still have not been given Choice Battle. I think that's what it's called, right? Ultimate Player Choice Battle something? Yeah, that's the one. So this also should be dropping, maybe not necessarily at the same time. When it comes to pacing, they've never really been good at it, and it's really been airing its, what is it called? Rearing its ugly head during this celebration. The pacing has just been terrible. So will they drop it at the same time as this? It's possible. Will they not? It's also possible. Now that I mention it, there could also maybe, actually, I don't think they would, because if there was going to be an EZA from Clash, they would have already advertised it, right? I don't know. Maybe that's also a possibility. Maybe. Okay. Besides that, I don't think that there's anything else here. We know that this is going to happen. So that is another 30 stones. Oh, I wanted to point this out too. If you guys notice at the bottom of this screen, actually, it wasn't just me. A couple of you guys in the comments have pointed this out. If you look at the bottom of the screen here, during this demo that they did for the 11th anniversary part 2 broadcast, there are two characters that we've never seen before. I mean, we know who they are, but we've never had them like as usable characters in game. So that is, I believe that is Gohan and Goten. If not, that is Vegeta. No, that actually, I think that's Vegeta. I think that's Vegeta, like afterwards, after he loses Super Saiyan 4 and he's trying to stall and he gets stabbed, you know, that whole thing. I'm pretty sure that's Vegeta. And then that is Goten, because Goten wears the white shirt. Vegeta's not wearing, you're not seeing any shirt there. I don't know. But those two characters, I believe, might be free-to-plays. And considering how they handed out free-to-plays for part 1, not a complete set, it was just 3 characters, I would not be surprised if we were to get another set of free-to-play characters, maybe in a dose of 3, or maybe even 4, since we did get a 4th free-to-play. What if we got free-to-play Vegeta, Goten, Gohan, Trunks? You know? That could work. Or, I mean, otherwise, what the hell was this, right? So there's still potentially a good amount of stuff on the table. As far as a free-to-play LR, no signs have indicated as such, except for Precedent. Precedent has been the folly of the Dokkan community quite a bit, because they do something, we come to expect something, and then they don't do it again. So there's always that. But as far as right now, there's still a lot of things that need to happen. So don't lose that hope just yet. You are well within your rights to feel the way that you feel about the celebration, because I agree. But as far as it being entirely over, it's not. There's still more coming up. And with these new EZAs, there has to be some sort of a new event or something that would justify these characters getting their upgrades. At the moment, the newest, biggest, baddest events are short form content, which is fine. I have nothing against it. You guys know I like variety content, right? But when you boil it down to it, it's short form versus long form. We've recently been getting a good wave of short form. During the 10th anniversary last year, we had a good amount of long form stuff. I remember the complaints that people were making. This is a mobile game. I don't want to be sitting here for 5 years to do this or do that. I hate this event. I hate Festival of Battles. So I could totally see them adding another Festival of Battles mission, or perhaps just maybe a new end of this celebration challenge event that takes a little bit longer. That would be more friendly to these sorts of characters. So there's still a lot left to be seen. So don't lose that hope entirely. Lose the hope a little bit, because you know they have disappointed in certain respects. Anyway, I'm done now. I'm gonna go stream some Dokkan in a little bit, so make sure you guys are there for that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, obviously like down below. Let in the comments your thoughts on everything that we could potentially expect coming up in the next couple of days. If we were to get some EZA announcements tonight, what EZA announcements would you want to see? Spirit Bomb Z, Spirit Bomb GT, Resurrection F, Blues? Is there anybody else from GT or Realm of Gods that you would prefer to receive a TUR EZA or Super EZA or whatever? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let YouTube know you're going to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned. And I was Dokkan responsibly.